Okay, here we are back in Civilization 5, Brave New World with Cthulhu. From where I left off, the war with Maria Theresa is raging on, and I now have to actually get a land force going, so the Shoggoths will be seeing some action. As for my navy, I can try to lay waste to the coasts, but don't know how exactly it's all going to play out. Anyway, I need this artillery to fortify. This Shoggoth needs to be on the offensive, as does this one. Salzburg is next. Hopefully you guys have been eagerly anticipating that. Okay, as for the sub, I want to go after Pakal next. So, let's move the sub here and see if I can get any vision. But yeah, it looks like he has no sea access whatsoever, so my stuff is going to have to just sit here. Okay, that manufactory's online. Never figured out what I want to do with him, but I can go here now. How's Mumbai coming along? Anyway, submarine. That's right, I want to snoop around over here. And one thing I can point out, oops. If you go to the World Congress tab, you'll see that Hiawatha has, well, first of all, you notice that there are 3 sets of numbers. The 3s, the 5s, and the 18. The 3s merely have their power from membership itself. The 5s each have 2 city-states that are allied to them. And as for me, I have 11 city-states allied to me, so when the Diplo victory actually becomes possible, I may accidentally win it like that. So I'm just going to have to make sure I don't throw all my votes on myself. And I am going to move a couple of my... I can actually put all of the bombers in Vienna, I guess. And I don't actually want to attack that infantry at the moment. So my artillery has arrived. We're approaching the fun part. And it's looking like Alexander is going to attack. I know he and Maria Theresa have a history with one another, and he may not pass up the opportunity to really stick it to her. But I'm going to need Salzburg if I want a staging ground into the rest of the continent. Byblos has given us their ivory. So, Big Ben completed.
The root of the evil is not the construction of new, more dreadful weapons. It is the spirit of conquest.
The research agreement I had with Alexander completed, so that's why I suddenly picked that up. Anyway, Medina has converted. Not the way I wanted them to convert, but... Okay, those are starting to turn. Alexander's entered the atomic era. So, I'm actually wrapping up. Well, I'm still early on into it, it's just I'm considerably ahead of him. Anyway, this destroyer, going to give it Coastal Raider all the way up to 3. And I'm going to try to move him onto this side of Kufa because, well, luckily I may not actually need my navy after all with the way this is playing out, and I don't need this worker, I just took it because I could. No virtuous reasons or anything whatsoever. Okay, I need to I can put him here. Okay, need to look at my artillery. This has 3 tiles, so I can go here and still shoot. And I am going to have my bombers attack this infantry because it has the potential to... Actually, wait, that's a hill. Okay, if that were actually like a grassland, then they could attack, but... Now that I've noticed that, I'm just going to go ahead and set the triplane to intercept. And for this one to attack, it needs to reach... here. And the big one that has logistics needs an extra turn to actually arrive. Oh yeah. Okay, I am gonna just flat out upgrade this. 80 gold, that's more than worth it. With Big Ben out of the picture, I can actually go for the Pentagon. And I'm gonna pick up walls. They're long, long overdue there. So the tank is actually what's going to be doing the capturing, once I get to that part. But we are getting a little ahead of ourselves. We'll have this one set up. As for this Shoggoth, I'm not ready to move it in just yet, so let's move on to their turn. And the Inquisitor has arrived. Exciting. And the submarine can move under the ice, so I can have it scout around over here and see if there's anything worthwhile. Yeah, I definitely can't afford to let Bacall get that uranium online. That'd give him potentially 2 nukes to use on me. And nukes are not as fun when they're being used on you. When you're using them on someone else, then yeah, they're the life of the party. You know how those things go. And I'm definitely thinking I need a bigger land force. Well, that'll be something to do once the Manhattan Project finishes. As for now, I am working on radar to upgrade my bombers and planes. Iroquois spy, have I forgiven him or no? Okay. He's not as high priority on my list just yet, and he seemed to have been losing a little bit to Alexander. Okay, the walls, I can build the castle for a little bit extra happiness. As for the worker, once again, stolen out of spite, don't need him. Okay, this one actually needs to go where the tank is. Or the Shoggoth. And I'm going to move this one in and fortify so that I can immediately start healing. As for here, let's just go ahead and toss up a trading post. Rest of my uranium is online, lucky us. And I noticed there were some unimproved tiles over here that I need to address. Okay, set up, commencing bombardment. As for the bomber, we're going to attack the infantry, and maybe I can kill the Great General. With the Great General down, that means that these units will actually be dealing less damage to me when they counterattack. Sun Tzu, eh? Conquer that. And making sure I can attack Salzburg in one turn. And time to remove heresy. So I'm not actually in a rush to get a great profit over here because these aren't really enough to turn anything, sadly. How am I on Cape Town? Not really doing much with just the one sub.
Wasquasani.
And can I hit that caravan? I might be able to have some real fun with this Shoggoth. And now that I think about it, I actually could try to get a new... Okay, he has next to no money, so no research agreement is possible. And we found Old Faithful. Anyway, plunder, pillage, and that's good for now. Time to really lay into Salzburg, and it looks like a great general was just born. Eugene of Savoy. We'll go ahead and send him over here. So Salzburg has 100 defense. It's definitely going to take a little while to whittle through that. As for the bombers, I can actually attack the infantry. So with that down, let's take a quick peek at the demographics, and Haroun has the smallest military? Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna put any more thought into this. Putting him on alert, and next turn. Yeah, right. Okay, it's starting to get a little painful. Natural wonder for Malacca, Mombasa, Samarkand. So we're even more influential with them. We have more and more adoring fans every day, it seems. Hong Kong. time to vote. I think the world needs a new religion. A world religion. How's this place for production? 89? 57? Yeah, I retooled some of the things there, which brought that down a bit. 78. I'm gonna turn one of those into a farm. As for the worker, I can start moving him back up since Salzburg is in the process of falling. And we can actually start using the bombers here. Melbourneian ironclad. Why is that all the way out here? Melbourne is over... Well, maybe it came to contribute to my war effort. And, hold on, this is Gandhi's. Okay. Oh, we're still waiting on the bombs. Okay, next turn. So when you want to actually upgrade your bombers and fighters, you have to send them to a city that you own. You can't actually upgrade them on the aircraft carriers. And like usual upgrades, it's still going to take a turn, of course, so... they're shooting... And of course they aim for the logistics guy. Okay, it's just flat plains. That may be the other reason they aimed for it, since there's no defensive bonus there. And we're creeping towards the Golden Age. So the fur ban failed on its own, and as for my religion, 3 no from the Iroquois, 2 from the Mayans, 2 from the Austrians, 1 from the Greeks, and 1 from the Indians. Well, it's a good thing I don't care what they have to say, huh? Natural heritage site... And I'm going to call for an embargo against the Mayans. Okay, well I could build a castle. I need tanks. Not really pressured for oil anymore, so I could upgrade that. And I can actually go tear up some of these roads, I guess. Especially the ones I'm not using, but I'm still paying for. That can go to the capital, I guess. This is the turn Salzburg falls. Let's have a Shoggoth go in. Create puppet. And I'm curious to see what Alexander thinks of me after all of this. Doesn't see a single thing wrong with it. One other thing I need to peek in on is not that, but the tourism part. So the Iroquois are actually in the midst of a revolution. They could be forced to change from freedom to autocracy, and then we will really pressure the Mayans. We'll have to see how the chips fall. Anyway, he needs to heal. My triplane needs to come forward to give me more vision. And I may as well just pull the bombers up. Okay, he's in favor of the mine embargo. But now you have to wonder if Bacall realizes what's coming his way. As for Maria Teresa, she's down to 580 points. Still not as bad as Harun and Gandhi, and still higher than Ashurbanipal, if you remember him being all the way back in, what, the 4th episode? That's when I killed him, I think? Maybe the 5th. So, Alexander has a great war bomber himself. And this is Maria Teresa's final city. Once this one goes down, that's it for her. She's out of the game with Ashurbanipal. As for that archaeologist... I think I can leave the Shoggoth here. Not gonna use the bombers while Columbo's on full health. We can set that to intercept. And I am going to move the other triplanes out to Vienna. As for this aircraft carrier, I'm going to need it to come over here by a Sir. What for, you wonder? You'll find out in time. Okay, yes, I am researching the way I want. Go ahead and fix up that. And Buffalo Creek, Reborn. Because I'm pretty sure that was over here before it met Alexander's torch. And that one sub isn't really doing much for Cape Town. Aha, so he has the potential for atomic bombs. Yeah, he's upset, don't care. We'll renew our friendship with Alexander the Terrible, and Maria Teresa has no military left whatsoever. And I'm almost 3 times larger than the average. Harun has succumbed to my culture. think it's kind of a bad sign when 139 tourism's enough to overtake someone. And I am going to be leaving that unoptimized just so that I don't accidentally pick up the culture victory along the way. I still might, it's just I'm not going on my way for it. That's right, I can't step over Old Faithful. But we can start shelling Colombo. This one only has 66 defense, so it's going to be going down rather quickly. Okay, while that's going off on the side, let's see if I can actually start my production here in Relay. .85 pressure. William the Conqueror is about to be conquered. Yeah, I don't know where they're all going to, but I can pick up the arsenal for more happiness, which is a little imperative. Graz is going to be coming off resistance here. Or wait, is that the road to Mecca? Okay. Looks like there's more than one road. I'll just tear up this one and this one. And also up here. Six turns until the next social policy. Aha. So he's just going away. If you're wondering, Colombo was a city-state at one point. I think normally that's a cultured one. And, wow. So you can actually see the numbers here. My military is triple the size of Alexander's. And Alexander's double Hiawatha, and Gandhi is actually right up there. He's higher than Pakal. We found Vatican City. Let's go ahead and unload it. Okay, while those are going, I'm going to actually bring the sub around to the Vatican. I'm hoping that it actually does have water access, but there is no guarantee. And I can't look inside it until the bombers finish their run. Starting to get tempted to turn off the animations, but Once the atomic bombs come into play, you'll thank me. Okay, goodbye, Maria Teresa.
Die Welt ist zum
Woe
Erbarmen.
and pain
Keine
upon you,
Schönheit mehr
foul
darin
and
und
cruel
keine
beast.
Weisheit.
My curtain has
Fast bin
fallen,
ich
the
froh, dass
stage
ich
grows
gehe.
dark. How can one go on when the light has faded? Welcome to Cthulhu. And we'll go ahead and just puppet it. That way I don't have to worry about someone going in there and dropping a pitiful new city there. Anyway... Okay. I may have to deal with Hiawatha first. Despite my desire to otherwise. So I can actually line up my artillery here and blast Buffalo Creek. I just gotta find out what's over here. Okay, the aircraft carrier is going to be sitting here for a while, sadly. And I can actually get that oil online if I want. And we're down to 36 happiness, sadly. Why is there a point of production on this? Grass? Oh, right, river tile. So, yeah, that's coming from the hydro plant. But anyway, I'm over here so I can pick up a workboat. And I actually will be able to see a little further if I move the triplane into Colombo. Okay, my great general has arrived. I'm gonna put him with the artillery. And I'm not going to declare war right away because not all my cannons are in place and I need to upgrade my planes this turn. So the turn after that, new victim.
Vision is the art of seeing things invisible.
So So, truffles for cotton has ended. And sadly, I still don't actually have truffles myself, so we need to renew that deal.
Harizeste. Prosercu.
And I can't believe after everything I've done, he's Alexander the Terrible. We ain't no freaking recognition here. I'm insulted. Anyway, the workboat needs to come out here. Okay. Don't know why it won't let me give that big of a move, but whatever. Where was this one going? To Mecca. And the whole purpose of that was actually just to spread my religion. Since Medina, that won't help. I'm gonna send this to Mumbai, I think, so that I can start turning that. Fighters down here. So, Hiawatha's capital's right there. And by upgrading the fighters, I believe that does increase their vision range, so I should be able to see even further next turn. And then I have to decide on the proper course of action. We'll send that over to Samarkand. Okay, if that wants to go to Milan, it's free to. Medina could work this, but I'm just going to take the pottery shard. He has so many tiny cities that I'm not sure if they're worth the effort to actually just burn. And there's the new research agreement, which I'm more than happy to do. Oil from Byblos. I still have to find out how much uranium is in this game. Not seeing any in Hiawatha's territory, so it may just be Pakal. And if that's the case, then 14 uranium, it's a tiny amount, but whoever controls it does have a lot of influence in the game, since you can just nuke someone or something. Going to build the castle, and I actually need to get started on the airport soon. So we do have vision of Osininka? Osininka or something like that? Not exactly sure how you're supposed to pronounce that. But nonetheless, we need to set our fighters back to intercept mode. And yes, I can start pressuring the Vatican. Okay, let's just go ahead and get started.
Easy, ne.
He seems to be awfully tense. Shall we validate his fears? So yes, that does mean I can't actually pressure the Vatican now, but if they send anything into the water, I can just sink it. I believe I have one more sub. Actually, I can leave that where it is. But it's time to lay into roads. Another Greek city? Okay, Alexander apparently wasn't doing too hot there.
Hile toke soi tauta gatha.
Yep, no freebies. And once rockets finish, I can actually upgrade my artillery to rockets, and they go all the way up to, what is it? 60 range strength. And they no longer require time to set up either, which is the other nice thing about it. As for this guy, I'm actually thinking about putting range on this one. So we can liberate this by returning it to Alexander, but I'd rather just torch it. And sadly that does mean someone's probably going to come settle a new city there, so I may have to burn down its replacement also. Just food for thought. Let's slide these up to Colombo. it still has a ways to go. Has started the siege from that side. And the one thing I hate about when you get further and further into the game is that these turns take longer and longer. Do I have wine already? Not seeing it, so... Okay, I can take this to really jack up my gold outcome. So we're at 227. When I take Theocracy, we will be at 338. And it's not even a golden age. As for this place, it needs something to work on as it burns. Let's slide him over. We can put this one here. This guy can go here. The worker we'll just put to sleep. Call has the Statue of Liberty, that's fine. Yeah, I'm content with selling him marble. So, let's look at... pressure on the Iroquois has eased up, so they're no longer seen on a potential overthrow. Nonetheless, with Alexander right there and me coming in, he does have other problems. New unit from Budapest. Anti-aircraft gun, I can work with this. So, let's queue up the airport. Okay, so this actually can't pass through. That sucks. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna delete the damn thing. This isn't on the coast, so I can't use it. reinforce the logistics artillery, so I may need to pull back a bit. I can have these two switch turns, and then that way the river will offer it some protection, I guess. And he still has a cannon there. And I don't want him to get shot up, so I'm gonna pull him back. Okay. Really bad spot for the cannon, but oh well. And it looks like he's resigned his capital. Seems to have accepted that the Greeks are going to take that. Now he needs to protect the other city from me. Need the airport. Even though that is going to cause a massive spike in tourism. 80% capture chance. And we did capture it. So it's a level 1 cannon. Completely green. Ooh, he actually has jets to intercept. And they left some things to be desired. Iroquois worker. Good night. Now he has to destroy his own cannon. And Rhodes is gone. So our gold is all the way up to 404. Insert not found joke here. we can start bombarding Osininka. Hopefully I can take some of his cities before I have to wrap this up. But I can't make any promises just yet. He's putting up far more resistance than Maria Theresa did, that's for sure. And the Pentagon is almost done. A freaking settler. Well, you better choose carefully where that goes, otherwise I'm just going to snag the damn thing. Actually, you know what? I'm pissed off enough to snag it now. So yes, that will give him a couple shots at my Shoggoth, but it will regenerate on its own, so... not the end of the world. Didn't capture that one, but still we got to kill something, which is always good. And that tank isn't here yet, is it? Anyway, let's go ahead and draw the triplanes out. Or not. Yeah, I'm not seeing any uranium in Alexander's land. There still is quite a bit of fog here that I need to get through. Oh, there's the tank. Argos. Okay, I see Argos down there. Yeah, he wants to give me one of his crappy cities. Not happening. Okay, we now have logistics that I can use for these, which is nice for really building up EXP and the like. It's just, you have to be a little careful when there are guys around to intercept. And as for the settler turned worker, delete. Going to plunder the trade route, and he has another city right there. Right now, I'm just glad I don't have to actually, like, manage ammo or something, because I think I'd run out before I actually finally burn all these cities. Actually, I want to see this. 20 more, and this one's actually has leveled up. So you'll see what happens next. And we can have him attack. And this one too. I don't know where the triplanes... Okay, I found... Wow, 5. Okay, so that thing would be a pain in the ass to try to take down with bombers. For now, that's Alexander's problem, but if he doesn't have a resolve by the time I get down there, then I'm gonna have to do something. And it looks like Alexander was on the losing side of that trade. Seven turns until rockets, but that's probably not going to be this video. Yep, Cthulhu is OP. So we now have a logistics range guy there, and we have a logistics guy here. So I need to move the Shoggoth down. Now we can continue working on Pharsalos. And the Iroquois infantry have finally appeared. Wouldn't use the words tech parity just yet, but definitely a improvement. Wow. Okay, I was not expecting that. Otherwise, I actually could have sent the bombers in. Come on. And they actually are doing a bit of a number on my bombers, at least this one. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking that it's just not practical to wipe out Hiawatha like I've done some of the others. So I just need to take his big places, I think, and then I can leave him. And there's first survivor. Yes, there is. Couple survivors. And I am really impressed that tank survived. It's definitely going to be seen in the city this turn so it can heal up. Great merchant. So we have a new logistics bomber. This one's at full health, so I'm going to have him attack the infantry and see what happens. Triplanes are gone. I know I didn't destroy... Holy crap. Okay, Alexander must be a fan of General Sherman. Let's send him to Bucharest. Okay, we are going to puppet this once again. It's going to sink our happiness quite a bit, but we'll have to manage anyway. And once again, we're going to just create puppet. And we capture the infantry. I'll have to see if I can turn that into a Shoggoth or what. Anyway, time to set our sights on Pakal. Or I could go for Hiawatha while he's still injured. Tempting. If I can take Onondaga... Yeah, I think I'm gonna finish the job, but it won't be in this video. And of course, you know, once Pakal is down, then it's just left between me and Alexander to slug it out. And by the time that happens, I should have my rockets. Emphasis on should. Yeah, Vienna converted. Okay, this one needs to get to here. And since this one has range, it can actually sit back here. As for Eugene of Savoy, he needs to get in gear. We'll move the Shoggoth down. This one I can move closer to get vision. Bombers are going to be staying idle for a moment. And at this point, I think it's safe to say we have everything under control. It's not going to be very fun for them from here on out, but that doesn't really faze me. I'm going to send this to Lang, even though the Pentagon's going to finish next turn. And I need to move one of my fighters so that I can see through the fog. Tank needs to heal. Archaeologist. Are there any sites I've yet to do anything to? Here. Okay, gotta get in position for the Palanque siege. And damn, it's just a worthless infantry. And Alexander made peace with Bakal of all people. Ah, crap. The Shoggoth lives. So, I don't know where I got the ivory from, but okay. As for here... I'm going to have him turtle. As for Lang, it needs its airport. And I just need to get the artillery in position. Intercept, intercept. Looks like the Greeks lost that one. Okay, Delhi. You're getting the Inquisitor. So for this place, I'm going to go ahead and build the arsenal. And I am going to pick up the first great scientist with faith. I'm going to start rushing techs. Seems like they know what's coming on that side. Okay, I can't actually move in yet. And an Iroquois missionary. Okay, if I can get a hold of that, then I can put an Inquisitor to work. And the tank is fully healed. This one still has a ways to go. Caravan. And let's see if this is the last turn. Huh. Gandhi. Well, we'll tell him that he'll pay in time. He still has his rifles there. And Hiawatha is pushing out. So yeah, this definitely will be a good place to stop. You'll have to see whether or not I can do anything next time, or... What? Okay, first things first, I'm getting that back. Okay, so that's as good a place as I need to stop. Hiawatha is not going down without a fight, and we'll have to see what kind of tricks I can pull out of my sleeve to deal with him. Anyway, here's our break. I'm the hero of light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.